There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know about you, Balder, but I am beyond excited to get you behind the desk for a Valorant week.
Listen, the fans have been waiting for it. It's finally happening.
We haven't had a
OW.
screen this hype since the sleepover.
We have not. That is true. That is factual.
And now we have, I would argue, the two best casters at ONU behind the desk at the same time. So
Perhaps.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I could
Some
be
may
wrong.
say.
But we are in week 5 of ECAC, and today we will be watching JV squaring off against someone. And
Siena Heights.
Siena Heights. And our first map will be Lotus, map 2 will be Bind, and map 3, our deciding map, just slipped out of my brain. But we will get this game rolling here. And hopefully ONU, we cap it before we get to the third map that I can't remember. So,
Listen, I believe a quick, easy dog walk here. Take Siena Heights back to the pound where they belong.
honestly. And I know for a fact that ONU likes to fight for this A main space early. And Siena Heights is looking like they're going for it. And this could get rough for them if they want to fight this.
Listen, I'm expecting big things out of ONU right here.
Honestly, I am too. Like, we have seen ONU absolutely dominate on this map for the last, like, 3 weeks. So,
I'm sure we have. I haven't exactly
out
been
comes
up
the
to date
bait
on
shells
map.
and the blast back across. The shot's just not quite going the way of either team yet. Sing taking an early contact, getting
Kind
his
of a
one.
raised if there. I don't know. He got his.
I mean, Smooth got the refrag, but, like, the statement was made by ONU.
Listen.
Like, the statement was made, the space was taken, and the picks went both ways. And we're seeing here Siena Heights, they've been completely humbled. You know,
Yeah.
they're backing up already.
They're scared.
I would be too. Do you see that push? I mean, Sing was just.
I mean, look at those kunais. I mean, how are you gonna beat a team?
How are you
with
gonna
skins
beat
like these?
Yeah, a team with this level of drip, like plus the loud classic, like it's so cool. And we're seeing here Siena Heights leaning more towards this C mount space, just slowly starting to take it now. The smoke to come out to try and delay the push will fade away. And Reisher left alone on this site, a familiar story we have seen 1,000 times. In comes the stun. Out comes the molly to stall. They flip the door for a fast B left. Rotate here. In comes the flash, forcing I miss myself off the site. The flash connecting with 2. The shot's not quite going the way of I miss myself.
The shots are painting their outline. Unfortunate events have occurred in B.
We just witnessed the Mona Lisa being made right there. Tragic scenes. I mean, we managed to catch the Cypher util. All 4 of these players leading towards this B main space. And someone's going to have to get on, but they're going to have a lot of spams coming through. In comes the first wave. Ooh, Rondon just pushing into the smoke.
3 people in that smoke. Rather unfortunate timing.
And I mean, a tragic loss on the pistol for ONU right there.
You know, we don't need it.
I mean,
we don't need it.
Honestly, like, the damage was good. It's just, we saw ONU playing a little bit more timid. I think after losing Sing, they just didn't quite have, like, the foot on the gas that they do normally.
For sure, for sure.
Because, I mean, with Sing alive, his confidence alone just trailblazes you through so much of the map. And it's looking like ONU, they're all leaning. I think we're going to see a 5-man C hit here. Just based on watching all these players run across the map. And I'm liking the synergy I'm seeing here out of Siena Heights.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
We're seeing that they have a plan in mind. They got a game plan going here with a 2-3 split, sending 2 people up B and 3 up A. Just trying to diligently clear all the angles. Down goes the trip. The players to turn around. Nuke to fall first. Reisher good for 2 though with the classic in hand.
Good order. Positive trade there. Love to see it.
And Siena Heights now coming to the B site, even though they have all the A space. I don't think they're aware of this fact though.
I don't think they know.
But we are leaning back towards A now. I think Condor, the raise from Siena Heights, is now leaning towards the flank. Maybe Sing just, I mean, it's a hard jump.
Yeah. You know.
It's a tricky one, you know. We've seen his raise movement isn't always top tier. We saw him struggle to jump up on that box you're seeing on screen now. But in comes ONU, the 5-man retake into heaven.
Throw that blind out. See
the blind's not quite connecting here. ONU's gonna have to clear out slide before they get flanked, and
we do not see the person behind us right now.
The timing from Dirt Top right here.
Dirt Top.
They gotta clear him out here. Somebody clear slide. He's still there. And he's good for 2.
That is a very unfortunate turn of events.
Although I will say, ONU entering this round on the eco, bringing it to a 1v1.
Oh, and he even got the headshot.
Rondon hitting the dink, but not quite clean enough to finish off Dirt Top. I mean, honestly, great eco round right there from ONU. Yeah. Going into it with just classics and taking out 4 of the 5, that is a good eco. That is what you want to see if you're root for ONU.
Not too shabby indeed.
I mean, maybe just a little bit, we need a little bit more diligence there, clearing out the slide. We sent all 4 people just out of heaven, and we just left Dirt Top to, I don't know, hang out.
To just kind of top us, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, that is certainly one way of putting it. Needing to clear rubble here, and the one way onto A main. I think we're just going to see a straight up C hit here.
I think we just might. I think you might be onto something there.
I've played this game once. And yep, we see a lot of the Siena Heights players. Planini's cam just got absolutely frame 1 right there. And Panini to go down. Tanner getting the first pick of the round. And in comes the C hit off that aggression. Reisher good for yet another.
Not too smooth with his gunplay there. All I gotta say, I don't know.
I mean, I gotta say, Reisher made out like a bandit right there.
Ooh,
and I missed myself.
Ken.
We're finally connecting the shots here on the Asia Ken. In comes Lil Bro, the wingman, to clear out the space. Flying in for the stun. The last
One
player left
enemy
with 1
remaining.
HP, and he goes
Man.
down.
I mean,
And-
flawless. What else could you really say about that round?
I mean, Siena Heights didn't even get the bomb down.
They did it. Looking kind of lost, a little perplexed.
I mean, after the Cypher cam gets frame 1, like, what do you do? Like, you have
Yeah.
no intel, and I think it just crushed Panini's confidence right there, and that just, it snowballed into the rest of the team. Because losing your trip flanks that early buys the defense so much space on the map.
For sure.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course, of course. I am historically
Great at this
possibly
game. Yeah.
best Valorant player.
In comes the nade. The paint shell's going to connect with 2 players.
and
Tater's
he
good for the first and the second.
Gonna get swung for the
Ooh, not quite ready for the flick onto Condor, though.
smooth. See if he can't be a little smoother with a Vandal in his hands this time.
But the numbers are still favoring ONU here. We have been left in a 3v2.
We have. And they're pretty... One's looking A, one's looking B.
And
know.
they seem to be spinning their wheels a little bit. They're just trying to figure out where they should go, where they might have some space. And it's looking like we are electing to lean towards the A site here. I'm so sorry, Panini, that you're a Sentinels fan. I saw that, buddy. And Brondon
not quite
will be
hitting
taking the
shot he
contact
wants.
here, but yeah, not quite able to connect the shots. In comes the cage to try and buy these attackers some more space, and the rotation for ONU coming in. The fault line going to slow down Brondon, and secret to get broken here. But they're going to have to fight Risher here probably if they want to get this bomb down. And Smooth just completely lost in the sauce.
Smooth is not... I mean,
Unable to shoot the alarm bot, completely panicked.
unlucky. It happens to the best of us, guys.
It really does. I mean, we've all been there certainly, like, but that's just a tragic scenario for Smooth. I mean, maybe Smooth is more of an ideal for him than it is like a lifestyle. I don't know.
Maybe. He's working on getting a little smoother. He's rough around the edges right
Just a
now,
little
though.
bit. I mean, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Placing swarm grenade.
All right. Gonna be
And looking
nice.
like Siena Heights forced back onto the eco here, looking like they just want to take this B space. They know that ONU just kind of lets them have it. They don't really contest it. It's much easier to retake than it is to fight for. Not worth it to lose the numbers. The util for the clear. The flash not quite connecting. Brondon losing the fight with
And
Condor.
Smooth again. It's not the gunplay. I don't know, man.
Just not,
I don't know.
It's not going
One
great for
enemy
him.
remaining.
And Asia Ken, the smoke to fade,
Oh.
and Risher with a clean flick on Asia Ken right there.
Rather unfortunate. Asia can.
Everyone note down your
And
observations.
we've
then
been brought up
let's
to a
run it
3-2
again.
score line here.
You know, ONU, we start maybe a little perplexed perchance.
I mean,
At the
ONU
beginning.
we're just notorious for being a little shaky on the pistols.
Yeah, you know.
On both teams. We saw it last week at Varsity. We're seeing it this week at JV. I mean,
You know,
pistols just not necessarily our strong suit, but man, you get a rifle in our hands. And
Let us
we
cook.
can cook. And Siena Heights leaning towards this C site with a bit of a B lurk here from the Omen.
got some ults coming up here. Maybe we'll see something.
Three
something
ults on
saucy
both
coming
sides
up.
here. We have the showstopper in the hands of the Raise the Nightfall from Fade and the Cypher ult for a little bit of extra util. Out comes the flash. It will connect with 2 players. That will buy Brondon a lot of info that there are indeed players here. Out comes the Fade util. Condor blast backing onto the site. Asia Ken managing to catch the lurk onto Newt. And out comes the KJ lockdown from Risher. And the showstopper to try and break the lockdown will go down. But the time that it is bought, the rotation has come in for ONU. It does.
Condor gonna switch this. Gets his pick.
From the shadows, from Siena Heights here, he's completely flanked them. He's coming behind them. Singh is all the way in. He's good
Singh
for 2. Tapping
Smooth
onto
was
the spike.
lost. Oh,
The shots,
Singh.
the shots are good for Singh. A tap again onto the spike. And he is getting absolutely util dumped right here. And he's good for yet another. Singh, the paint shills flying out. Sticking the bomb. He's going to hear this. Hops off the bomb. Not quite able to connect the shot. Asia can just barely. That from the shadows into the CT area, getting the flank. A incredibly close round right there. Sing almost brought that back single-handedly.
That was crazy. You know, a song was being sung by Sing. All I gotta say.
Absolutely.
And that was beautiful.
It was an absolute orchestra right there. And I mean, it was an incredibly close round. One bullet right there was the decider between a win and a loss.
Really tragic it came down for us that way, but you know, you love to see such a competitive match.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, who wants a blowout, you know? A quick game, that's boring. You know, we're here.
Yeah,
we're
I
here
have
to
nowhere
see.
to be.
Baldur's here for the long haul. We're here for 3 maps.
I'm here to watch the beautiful game.
And Sing is about to get flashed. Yep.
Sing did get flashed. Rather unfortunate.
And he's still good for 1 right
He almost gets his second.
And I missed myself ready to trade him out. In comes the flash.
A breach
not quite
there.
Not quite connecting.
Ooh,
and
gets caught in the reload.
I will say, Asia Ken, his gunplay's been pretty good this game.
It hasn't been bad.
I mean, he managed to bring that round back from the brink, basically. So, because that round almost completely slipped away from them until Asia Ken stepped in.
Cover going out.
Really did. Coming out here.
And out comes the mollies.
The mollies come out.
And the fade getting completely whittled down to 35 HP.
Rather unfortunate for Fate. Dirt top here.
30 seconds. Light planted.
I mean, some unfortunate scenes here. Out comes the Thrash. B-hopping into sight. He does get caught by the tripwire.
Unlucky. Throwing out the flash. Nuke gonna get his. Dirt top getting topped himself.
Reisher with incredible timing right there. In comes the smoke. Asia Ken, we've seen him win these before. He decides to run for the hills, and Reisher has beautiful timing this round.
That was beautiful.
I mean, walking, like the cage fading and the smoke, popping through the smoke at that time, absolutely immaculate timing from Reisher.
You know, would really love to see it. That initial play from Sing there, really opening up this match, or this round. Watching those KJ mollies onto the fade, you know.
Beautiful. You can't write this.
Really beautiful. You know, Dirt top getting topped himself, looking like a bottom. Smooth, still looking rough.
Smooth, looking like a bit of sandpaper. But out comes the flash from Brandon. I do want to see some more picks from the young IGL here. I mean,
it would be.
We're 2 kills, 2 and 4 on the board here. I'd love to see some picks from Brandon. I mean, we have a lot of map space here. 3 people holding this mound, and it's looking like Siena Heights is leaning towards the A site here. The door to get broken just to try and play some mind games with them. And Siena Heights is on a bit of an eco. Damage being done to both sides, but we're seeing yet again Dirt Top being brought down to the red. He is once again on life support. Solo working this B space. Will he feed Brandon a kill? Yes, he will.
He will. Gets topped again.
You hate to see it. The blast back across from Condor. And the door to get open. Sing, 45 HP.
Sing
just him and Newt on the site. In comes the pain shells to try and stall. And it's looking like they might want to hit this door again. Oh, with this angle is disgusting from Sing, and Smooth is ready for it, though. The cleanest gunplay we've seen from him all day. The TP from Newt just trying to make it out with his life.
And he makes it out. He does.
And Smooth, good for 2 in the round. I missed myself quick to refrag his teammate, though, but he will get picked off by Asia Ken. And Newt left in the 1v2. Beautiful timing from him, though. He's good for the first and the second.
Newt comes back to clutch it
from
up.
Newt. That was beautiful.
Ooh. I mean, Asia Ken kind of getting an omen diff at the end there.
I mean,
really
tragic for him. Like,
I mean,
we're planting in a weird spot there. He's planting along the side instead of along one of the boxes. Like, you know, the off plant just completely throwing him off, and he's just in complete line of sight of Newt right there.
You know,
Brandon doing a little bit of customization here, changing the skin on his RGX.
Listen, you have to get the right color combo.
Yeah.
If you have the wrong color combo at the start of the round,
shots just don't hit.
They don't.
The shots just do not go the way that you want them to, and it's tragic. We're seeing a bit of a default here from Siena Heights. I think they've been a little humbled. They're just kind of, they're spinning their wheels in spawn here. They're like, all right, they pushed up C, they pushed up A. They have B kind of locked down. Reisher doing some promo for another esports team right here. And in they come to the C site. Reisher just completely falling off, giving up the space.
Kinda
It's just
get a
not worth
little
fighting
spam
for here in the 1v5. Reisher's pretty good on these scenarios, but 1v5 gets a bit dicey.
Not quite an ideal situation to be
Yeah,
in.
it gets a bit dicey for him, so
Spike planted.
electing to fall off here.
And
In
they
comes
were
the
just
Aftershock
throwing
and the Fade
so
Dog.
much usage.
Except it goes for Sing. The Dog's a little confused, but he's got heart, he's got spirit, you know. Out comes the raise rocket from Sing, and another
Sing.
pick goes the way of Sing. The spam through the
and
smoke is
Sing.
good for another one. He can't even see
Out
him.
here like Beyonce singing a melody in my ears. Throw out that bomb.
In comes the Boombot.
Gets his
Sing
third.
good for the third. He wants
his
it.
ace.
Get his
Get
ace.
his
Get your
ace.
ace, King.
Get his
Get your
ace.
ace. And he knows the TP into CT. He has no blast packs. He has no movement. One bullet left. Get your ace, Tanner. Go for it.
Oh,
Yes.
and he gets his ace.
Sure, it's a loss in the round, but it is an absolute W in our hearts right there. That's got to be good for morale.
Absolutely. I mean,
I will say, using the raise rocket and getting 4, the ult economy still looking good for Sing.
It's
He's
looking
already
great.
he's already a good halfway to another rocket.
Beautiful. Showing why he's the duelist on this team right now. 15-6 right now.
Because you watched Sing sit down. We watched Tanner sit down.
We watched him come
Completely
in.
cold.
Yeah.
Every single time. Dropping 15-6 already. We are 9 rounds into this game.
It is kind of disgusting watching him come in.
And
5 minutes before the game starts and drop
Asia
frags
Ken
like this.
already whittled down to less than half HP. We have 3 players up through the A space here. In comes the smoke, just try and contain a little bit more. The jump up, the shot's not quite connecting for Smooth. I missed myself. Good for yet another.
he may miss himself, but he does not miss.
The fade eye catching. I missed myself right there. A pick going the way of Siena Heights, and they're gonna elect to fall off and maybe lean towards B or C. A bit of a
just might.
split here. Defaulting a little bit after this initial push, maybe just trying to see what space is available. Asia Ken might just be going for a lurk.
Just might be. See if he can't catch anyone out there.
In comes the cam from Panini. And Sing being in heaven, and Reisher locking down this link space is absolutely terrifying for them. The turret will go down, the cam will get broken. In comes the fade eye. Not going to give them
Doesn't
any
get
util though. And it's looking like we're leaning towards the door here, maybe leaning for a fast
30
C.
seconds left.
Sing
Sing.
just clicking on the head of Dirt Top. He will be taken out of this round. Condor has found his way into secret. Are we leaning towards A?
I don't
Maybe
know.
not. No, we're going
He's
B here. We
thinking
go
about
B
it.
here. Down goes the alarm bot. The shot's not
Asia
going
Ken
the way of
falling.
Asia Ken.
Getting traded.
Reisher
One
just
enemy
ready though
remaining.
for cleanup. Ooh, Condor,
2v1 coming here.
and he's got no
4
time to
seconds
play it
left.
here. So the round will go the way of ONU as long as he can't kill Newt and Brondon. And Brondon knows he's running for the hills. He's got his Nikes on and he's gone.
So real. Timeout starting. Panini, maybe a little hungry. Gonna go get himself a panini.
Feeling a little bit peckish. I mean, you can't be playing this on an empty stomach. You know?
You really can't. That's why his aim's off right now. That's why he isn't getting the picks he was hoping for.
I mean, maybe he's just going to kind of we're trying to round off the edges on Smooth a little bit, make him
Yeah.
roll a little bit
You know,
a little bit easier. Who
Get
knows?
that sandpaper out. Rub him down.
Make sure he's ready to go, ready to rock. You know?
You know.
But I mean, we've seen some like absolutely dominant rounds from ONU here. Like,
We have.
When ONU looks good, they look really, really solid.
You know, when we Sing cooks, I mean, man. Singing, I call him Beyonce. The way he's just singing like that in my ear, man.
I couldn't have put it better myself, honestly. I mean, the voice of an angel, that one. With just the numbers he's putting up, sitting down cold.
You know,
Like,
before the game, you were telling me like how you just think it's so disgusting the way he comes in. Like last minute, just sits down cold and just drops these frags. And
we're seeing it live in action here, and we're getting the game back rolling here. after the timeout. I do want to know what the adaptation from Siena Heights is, because if you're Siena Heights, ideally you want to 6-6 this half.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's going to happen for him.
I mean, with a weirdly broken by one rifle from them, and it's looking like a bit of a C fight that they're going to have on their hands here. In comes the smokes, the Lear coming out, and it will be revealing their positions, and they will elect to rotate out.
They got a little scared.
But they
ONU's dominance there.
They do have to fight the raid boss here on A side.
Listen. Sing, they're trying to
Sing
spam
is in a
it to
terrifying
Looters.
position right now.
It is rather scary. But I mean, they're not.
They're all leaning
rotating
towards
the
street.
door.
And in comes the rocket. Oh. And Sing, he is hungry, and they are all clumped up here.
Oh,
Sing, oh, Panini,
That's
absolutely
tragic.
protecting his
What would
team.
be a 4K for Sing?
He
Gets
absolutely
blocked by
protected
Panini.
his team right there by walking in front of Sing.
Get this
Mr.
man a
President,
medal.
get down. He completely saved his entire squad. That was beautiful right there, but unfortunately it was
Siena
not
Heights
enough to save them.
Letting him sacrifice himself in vain right now. Asia Ken, all that stands left.
And out comes the KJ lockdown. Asia Ken forced off of sight.
30 seconds left.
And I couldn't agree with Sing more in chat,
Noble
talking
death.
about how it was a noble death from Panini. That was absolute heroism we saw right there.
That was, oh, I thought I was about to watch another Sing ace.
So did I.
And
I
then-
was nervous after we pulled out the rocket. He had the airtime. We saw 4 right there. And man, it was looking really dicey until Panini
Last round
absolutely
in the
missed
half.
Mr. President get down, jump in front of that ult, and just tanked it. That was some absolute heroism we saw right there out of Panini. I gotta commend him for that one.
Yeah, I mean, Siena Heights may have lost a round, but Panini kind of won it himself.
Panini deserves some kind of medal right there.
He does.
That was something absolutely heroic right there that we just witnessed.
Placing swarm grenade.
We'll be coming in. Last round of the half.
And we're leaning towards the B side here. Siena Heights finally rifles in hand here, and we are choosing to fight some close angles.
Gonna see what they can do here.
I mean, they have the alarm bot and Newt to get past here if they want to make it to site.
They do have 3 ults to this round.
I mean, the
Compared to
Showstopper, the
R1.
Nightfall, and the Cypher ult for a little bit of intel, like
Not
they
too shabby.
they got a lot in their arsenal here. But they do have to deal with the Rolling Thunder from I Miss Myself. In comes the Nightfall to try and clear out the C space. It clears close. Does not clear Brandon out of his
And
spot, though, and he's
Brandon
good for
gets
the
dirt
burst.
top.
Reacher trying to fight alongside his teammate will fall in the process to Smooth.
I know exactly.
In comes the Molly and the
He knows
Cypher
exactly
incel.
where they are.
And I Miss Myself with the Rolling Thunder still in hand.
Really big ults coming out.
And it's looking like they're electing to leave. ONU might be hearing this, though.
throwing.
Maybe not.
Throwing
Are
those
we going to
2
see the
ults
rotation?
down.
Okay, we are seeing the rotation finally start to come out for ONU here. Newt absolutely
30
just
seconds
in a
left.
foot race with these 3 attackers. And Condor versus Sing here.
Still
Unless
got
Sing
that-
turns around, the
that
timing might not
showstopper.
work out in his favor. Newt. Condor will get the pick on to Sing after
Spike
lurking up the
planted.
B space. Newt good for 1. Equalizing the numbers here. We're back to a 3v3. I Miss Myself. Needs to be good for 2 right here, though.
Gotta watch out. Condor
we can
does
see
still
him
have
toying
that
with this-
showstopper
The idea
in
of this
hand.
ult. Out comes the Rolling Thunder. The stunned 1v1 not going the way of his teammate, though. In comes the showstopper.
I don't
And
think he's going to be able to
Brandon
find
not
anyone
let-
with it.
Not left with a lot of options here. The young IGL, the world on his shoulders, a potential 7-5 in the cards.
Ooh, gets a
And
little
that will
timing
be-
there by Condor.
That will be how the scoreline goes. A 7-5 half, not too shabby for Siena Heights,
Switching sides.
but we got to see how they stack up on the defense now.
You know, I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty clean sweep here for ONU. I'm going to call it.
They got a lot to contend with here. We're seeing I Miss Myself and Sing. They're heating up.
They're heating up. And, you know, some big inconsistencies coming out of some of the Siena Heights players.
I mean,
you know,
we've
Dirt
seen-
Bottom kind of getting trash, sometimes rough. You know, he's a little shaky.
Just
depending
yeah,
on
at
the
times
round.
a little shaky. I can feel a little bit of a lack of confidence from him sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to see. And it's
is.
looking like ONU, we're going for a 5-man B hit here.
You know.
Siena
I love
Heights
to
taking
see
that A main space early. They have C completely unlocked with a Cypher util. So it'll be a 3v5 take here. The first kill going the way of I missed myself. In comes the flash, not connecting with Panini somehow.
Panini.
Spike
Sing
planted.
managing
Somehow.
to refrag his teammate, and he has a lot of space here.
Sing is in their spawn. Condor going on his own little flank.
And Reacher, knowing that this flank is now compromised, he has to turn around and fight this. Here's the jump. The right
misses
click's
the
not
right
going
click.
his way.
Very unfortunate coming out from Reacher there.
And Newt
One enemy remaining.
backing up his teammate, good for
Sing
two.
and Newt just coming out there, cleaning up.
Cleaning
you know.
up.
Get out the dustpan. Get him out of there.
I will say, like, normally when you whittle down at like an enemy's health, you're more likely to kill them. I have seen Sing in the red HP more than any other player alive, and he's still good for 4. Like,
It is rather baffling. I will not cap.
this guy at 18 HP is still putting up, I think, 2 in the round.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind. One clean classic shot, and he is out of the equation. But man, that shot is hard for them to connect.
And Siena Heights gonna try and take some space up A main here.
Condor will get flashed. This rubble space will need to be cleared, though.
And Smooth here, a little caught out. A little rough once more.
I think he was trying to Google his lineups real quick or something. I don't know. But he seemed to be caught a little unawares, and he will get taken out of the equation.
And will come down.
A 2-man flank here. Classics in hand, and a lot left to do.
Asia Ken and Panini left.
I mean, I
What
don't
are
know
they
if
gonna do?
it's going to go their way. We have a 100 Thieves fan here. It's just not looking great. 100 Thieves and a Sentinels fan.
You know, a bit of a yikes.
Two-
I don't even play Val.
Two
I
tragic
know
NA
that.
teams right here. I mean,
Asia Ken gonna try and walk through the smoke a little bit.
the smoke to go down, the alarm bot to get triggered.
Oh, he
Asia
gets hit,
Ken,
but
good
gets
for the
pretty
pick on to
ace.
Sing.
That's
but
a team ace.
they won't get anything else. They take 2 guns in the process,
Don't
but
stress if I die. It was
Man.
great knowing you all.
You know, ONU kind of just picking up that momentum. We're kind of just running with this attack.
I mean, we're seeing a level of conditioning here from onto Siena Heights. Like, they are taking these fights a lot more timid than we were seeing at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, you know,
Like, this A space is getting taken, but they are not confident. Like, I could see Smooth. He's posted up on Rubble. He might be able to get a timing with a flash, but he just posted up and unfortunately was unable to take much more.
they're gonna.
We're seeing here they're dumping more util in this doorway here.
Yeah.
And ONU just gonna elect to fall off.
You know,
I mean,
Let
this
him
C
use it.
space is very takeable here.
yeah, no one on C right now for Siena Heights.
The nade to try and clear out this util. Down goes the trip, in comes the flash, and the site will go the way of ONU. And Siena Heights just completely giving it up.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
mollies come in so we can play from stall from mound. And Sing, he smells
Sing wants that space.
He smells some blood in the water here.
I
he
mean,
knows
he wants his picks. He is.
he can feel that there's a defender who wants to swing this. And he's just holding a bit too shallow. Panini can see him. Unfortunately, it does not go both ways. And the kill is going entirely the way of Siena Heights right
One
here.
enemy remaining.
And it falls to
Rondon, good for the first. The shot's clean.
Gets a top-
The
Ooh.
paint shell's right on top of him, though. A bit distracting. Panini gonna clean him up. I mean, for an eco round for ONU, they took two rifles out of the equation right there, bringing us to a 9-6. Generally, that's how the flow of these games go. You take the pistol, you take the following round after a bit of a bonus buy, then you lose round 3. We buy up rifles, and then hopefully we can keep some momentum building here.
For sure. Will be coming in here.
I mean, a clean round from Condor here. I was talking about the conditioning. Condor seems to be trying to prove me wrong here.
Yeah.
Showing me that this bird has not gotten his wings clipped just yet. So, I mean, solid from them, honestly, but they have completely given up the C site here. As I say that, though, Panini rushing back to C, trying to get back to it, lock
Condor
it down
taking a space.
for him. I mean,
no one's there. Hate to break it to you, bud.
no
good
one's
job.
there, and doesn't look like anyone will be. In
Asia
comes the flash to
Ken
delay the push.
sees a
Newt
start
TPing
on
out
site.
onto site. And I gotta love the confidence from Newt right there. I missed myself good for the first. The stun from Wingman coming in. Asia Ken
somehow getting out
just
there.
barely making it out with his life somehow. And ONU, they want Asia Ken gone.
They smell blood, and they're going to take it.
And Panini good for three.
Panini!
What a clean spray down from him.
Rather unfortunate, but it does end up coming down to a 2v2 here in the end.
And I missed myself planting right in front of the CT space here. I feel like we want to extend somewhere here. Staying on the site feels like a bit of a mistake. And ONU, reading my mind, we're taking that CT space.
For sure.
We're hearing these players in water. We know that they're close. It just comes down to how we want to take these fights. The first swarm to get popped. The second one will be found by Condor. The stall is no longer in play. Condor is going for the blind spray.
Yeah.
In comes another flash.
And it comes down to Dirt Bottom falling once again. Crazy how that happened. So
In a
consistent.
10-6 scoreline. And like I said, I mean,
Or use a gun.
normally you lose round 3, but round 4, it's a bit of a toss-up. Both teams will have rifles. And then round 5, it's a bit of an eco breaker. So we are going to see here that, as we're seeing from Dirt Bottom, as you call him, we've been forced back to a classic here for most of the team. A sheriff in the hands of Condor, but it's looking like we want to take this A space again.
You know,
Because they just don't have the same firepower that they had before to fight us.
you
The
know,
nade to try and delay, and in comes the push. Dizzy coming in to try and stun them off this angle. Out comes the fault line from Siena Heights.
same throw now going through.
And
He's looking to go through
Smooth
the door.
completely whittled down here. I don't know what happened to his health, but it is gone.
Yeah, his health is looking a little rough. Oh,
Reacher just completely
toying
walked
with
up
him.
B. He's playing with his food at this point, and he could actually catch this rotation if he's careful. No, Asia Ken just he's been consistently very mechanically clean this game. And Sing,
Sing,
what are we looking at?
Where are we looking?
This is so terrifying. Smooth walks into the smoke. He's good for the first
And Sing
the
gets his
second.
two. Bit of a raised diff there.
A little bit of a bunny
Love
hop
to
over the box
see
to try and clear out this space. Asia Ken with Reacher's Vandal in hand. A bit of an upgrade for him this round, going from the Sheriff to that. In comes the Pain Shells to try and delay. And Sing and Brondon, the dynamic duo, locking down this space yet again. Sing taking the fight by CT. The fight not going his way. Asia Ken has been clinical in these 1v1s. Panini electing to die to bomb rather than give away another ult point. Not that it matters, because we now are seeing 4 ultimates online for the side of ONU. 4 ultimates, and Reacher not far behind. I mean, he's got a lot of legwork to do with a 9-point ult, and he's still 2 off.
Yeah, you know, really a dominant half coming out from ONU here. You know,
I mean, we're completely just building up momentum round after round. I mean, Siena Heights back on a full buy here, and it's looking like they want to fight this space early, but they may have a 2v4 on their hands here. So if the shots aren't clean from Asia Ken, things could get a little bit devastating here. And ONU electing to not fight it.
Yeah.
They know that if we're committing a lot of people to C, that map's got to be weak somewhere else. Newt TPing all the way into CT. This will buy him a lot of space here. Will Condor get cleared? No, he will not. Sing to fall. Condor good
Condor
for 2.
getting
The
2.
showstopper to come out. Make it a
Gets his
3rd for
3.
Condor.
He does fall, making it a 2v3 for Siena Heights here.
Brandon just ripping the door open, electing to jump back out through the door, trying to catch Asia Ken off guard. Unfortunately, the
Doesn't quite
shots just
get
don't
what
quite
he
go his way. Newt,
Newt
bit of a
finding
spray
his.
down, but the shots go his way. The TP out of heaven, and he has a fight on his hands here. The flash a
Look at
little
timing.
too far to the right, taking us to an 11-7.
Wasn't a move there in the end, though. You know,
And I mean,
and with style.
honestly, beautiful moves from Newt. If we're gonna go out, at least we're going out going out DDR fashion. You know?
Amen, brother. Amen.
They will hide you.
But a completely clean round right there from Condor. Condor just wants to keep them in this as much as he can, and I mean that
trying.
triple is how you do it.
Yeah, no, that was a little nasty coming out from him there. I will not lie.
I mean, we need to see a little bit more diligence here from ONU. Not clearing that corner. I mean, especially when we're late hitting the site like that, they can walk all the way up. We need to be diligently clearing that stuff, but
We really do.
we're seeing ONU leaning towards the C site once again. Out comes the same trap play. The smoke for the one-way. Asia Ken just trying to go for a bit of a spam here through the smoke. Wait for a player to walk into his crosshair here. ONU playing very diligent, though. Just not giving him this 1v1 that he wants. The smoke to fade.
Cover going out.
The second one to get popped. The flash over the smoke.
Splooge on his
And Asia
face.
Ken.
TP's a little lost.
Asia Ken just not quite able to TP back into sight. And he will get picked off. And that is a big pick for ONU right there.
You know, when you got splooge like that in your eyes, how are you supposed to see where your TP
I mean,
is?
how are you supposed to see yourself when you're flashing yourself? I miss myself. What are we doing, Trent? In comes the flash and the stun. I miss myself. Good for yet another in the
Does
round.
not miss these shots.
And ONU, they want to show them that we're taking the fight back to them. A flawless round out of ONU and 3 ults still as we go into match point.
I mean,
Match point.
really an uphill battle for Siena Heights here. Really got to just try and force something. Panini,
We're calling another TO here. And
Gonna see if they can't figure something out. Mix up the strategy. Where's ONU weak?
who knows? Like, the ONU has just been absolutely keeping them on their toes. Like, there has been no discernible pattern.
No.
Because they've been changing the pace. They slowed down. They waited and spawned last round and then just absolutely exploded into that C hit as soon as the smoke drops. I mean, we saw that level of coordination, and, I mean, Siena Heights just was not ready for it.
They weren't ready.
The 2 players on Mound, they got packed up right there. And it was just completely unfortunate. I mean, the missed TP, absolutely tragic from them, but I want to see what adaptation we see from Siena Heights here. What Panini cooks up here. I assume Panini might be their IGL. I know nothing about this team, though. But Panini seems to be calling the shots.
I don't know. I think they've been trying to cook, but I think it might be burned.
They've been trying to cook, but they might be in the living room.
Yeah.
And we're seeing here the adaptation.
What will it be? Maybe
We're leaning
Rush?
pretty heavily towards the B site here.
I don't know.
A confusing turn of events here.
Dirt
as
bottom,
we see
maybe
them
gonna
doing the
rush
exact
out.
same thing. the stun in the A fight, it's just a tale as old as time now, you know.
Truly.
And a rare miss on the boom bot from Condor, not quite making it to A main. The space will be locked down for them. We're seeing the 2 B players though resting by the door. Panini waiting for this call. In comes the Thrash. Panini getting pushed off his cam. And
That
ONU
Thrash
just has all the C space now.
I mean, Siena Heights really has to play a really
They
good
have a lot of
retake
map
here.
space though. 1 player waterfall, 2 players by B, and 2 on the flank. In comes the Nightfall, cutting off all sound for ONU right here. Browning good for the first. Condor quick to fight back though. And in comes Panini from CT.
She's still gunning for you.
And Sing
Dropping
caught
out at
unaware,
8
but
HP
Newt is
but
ready to
falling.
back up his teammate.
Enemy remaining.
And Asia Ken, he's good for 1. In comes the stun and the ult. The flash
Gotta go
through.
quick here. They don't have much
Last
time.
player
And Newt good for the first. The Omen
He just has
1v1
to live here.
for the game. The smoke to come in. Is he aware of Newt's position right here? Newt to swing out. Asia Ken gets his. Does he have enough time to keep them in the game? Not quite. 1.98 seconds and another clutch from Newt to end out this game with at a 13-7 scoreline.
You know, really great plays from ONU there. You know, played smart a lot of rounds. You know, got a little sloppy time to time. Not clearing the corners that ideally would have gotten caught, but you know, are just dominance. I mean,
Even still, like it was a fairly diligent game. We saw a lot of good team play.
I mean, just
11
look at that
assists
scoreline.
out of
Dirt
Brondon.
bottom
10
and Ruff
assists out of
on the
Sing.
bottom.
15 assists
That's-
from I Miss Myself.
that's pretty good.
That is insane.
25 frags dropping from Sing.
And I mean, they were fighting like on the side of Siena Heights, they were fighting back pretty hard right there.
They were.
I have to commend them for it. From Asia Ken, Condor, and Panini, that was an absolute masterclass.
Yeah.
They were fighting for their lives. So, but we will be taking a very, very brief break before map 2, where we will be going to bind. So we will see you guys after the break.
It's a chapter where I'm ripping out my pages. Stop the fire under my skin. Oh, light the blaze again that stood alive for ages. Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on. Holding on to your loss. Where do you think you'll find me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I don't wanna say anything, 'cause if I do, I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't wait for a single reason not to say goodbye.
And like that, we are back for map 2 on Bind.
Love to see it here. Get in some hero selections.
Are we gonna see a mirror match here?
I think we just might.
This could be exciting, honestly. We could see a direct skill comparison between these two teams. If we go for a complete mirror match, we're seeing 4 locks.
And Siena
And all 5 have locks, with both teams running a double controller comp. This is going to be a fun match to watch.
Siena Heights switching up their duelist here.
We're getting smooth onto the duelist here, which
are.
is a bit of I would say, a contentious point here.
I would say he was
kind of
their bottom frag. I don't know if he's much of a dueling man.
I don't know. We saw
Or woman.
Condor putting up numbers.
We really did.
When the world needed him most, he would rise to the occasion.
You know, he's got his nade lineup. He knows where to put his boom bot. He might not hit his shots, but I mean,
but we'll have to see. I mean, Brandon, the young IGL, we got the nerdiest wall I've ever seen, going through the TP, blocking off all of the B space and locking down the shower space for the A site.
mirror comp goes crazy, says
Wise
Panini.
words from Panini in chat.
Too true. Good look, have fun coming out from Dirt Bottom.
And I missed myself just AFK here. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back at the PC. And it's looking like we're going for a bit of an A split here for the side of Siena Heights. And they're taking it kind of slow. Maybe trying to make ONU second guess. The bird will give them some precious intel, though.
Lets him know just a little bit. Play a little wary.
And I mean, it's looking like Siena Heights. They're playing very, very cautious off rip here.
I mean, they're scared. They don't know what ONU's cooking.
And we might be seeing the take here. The boom bot out just to try and clear close for them. And Smooth
doesn't
that
find
nade
anything.
in hand.
Smooth does not,
Smooth
in
and
fact, know his
Condor.
lineup.
In comes the in comes the
Sing.
flash, and the pop from Condor will be good. I missed myself. That's in a bit of a precarious spot here. Condor in a great position. Newt to go down in U-Haul.
I missed myself. Coming up, maybe get a little flank action on one of these here.
Catches Panini off guard. And he's good for one. Out comes the flash. He does not clear bench, though. Condor good for yet another. Very low HP. Not much to his name. Brandon good for yet another. And a 2v1 here. And he's got a lot left to do. The tap on the bomb. He's good for the first
one.
No, and
Gets
he's
his
good for the second.
And
What a
Brandon
clean
brings
shot
it
from
home.
Brandon.
A clean pistol round.
And a beautiful cinematic, by the way. Shout out to production.
I mean,
what a
Siena
clean
Heights
clutch from Brandon.
cannot let that happen.
Not even, no damage to Brandon.
None at all.
He made out of that scot-free.
That's crazy.
Smooth, looking rough yet again.
I'm telling you, he needs to change his name.
A bit of a tragedy for him right there, as the shot's just not quite connecting for him.
Taking a spec over to Dirt Bottom here, see what he can cook up.
And Sing posted up on top of the truck. He wants to take this early fight. He wants to take someone's head off here.
The
That
Marshall
in hand,
Maniac, they call him.
and in comes the wall to try and delay. He's electing to
Gonna fall
fall
now.
off here and fight for showers.
Matt. Got a pretty clean skin.
Sing, I did see that he changed off his,
Ooh, get in one.
he changed that Phantom skin. He's on Prime now, and he's looking for more.
He's thirsty.
He knows that Scream is behind that box.
Ooh,
New backing up his teammate. A clean
Sing
shot.
gets his second on the Dirt Bottom, falling again.
And Siena Heights has been absolutely stutter-stepped right here.
I mean, they are perplexed.
Their A main take right there got completely just clotheslined by these two Marshall players.
I mean,
In comes the nade. Smooth being forced off yet again. He seems to be a little confused as to where he is right now. The spams through the smoke. He's going for more. The paint shells colliding with the wall.
A beautiful. Oh, Sing gets his third, and Sing gets his fourth.
And a flawless round for ONU. I mean, Sing on 60 HP, packing up 4 of these players with that Marshall in hand, and I gotta say, it might be the skin. It might be the skin, it might be the man, it might be both.
I mean, but when you
beautiful
got a
round.
skin as clean as that, that sound when you hit those shots, I mean,
That was a beautiful round from Sing right there. I gotta keep it a buck. I mean, that was beautiful from him. And he's keeping that Marshall.
he wants it. Push out.
And we're seeing yet again, we're seeing a bit more of a B-A split here. Maybe looking for a bit of an early A push. But ONU just looking to lock down showers. Brandon has lurked his way across. He will be lighting up Smooth, faking the cross with his orb. And then electing to actually cross here.
Easy.
The cam from Reisher will get taken out. Bulldog in hand, and him and Brandon, they have a lot to do here if they want to lock down this space.
You know, we have gave us plenty of time. Get that rotate.
Sing, miss a shot. Just miss one for the
Let him
culture.
have a
There we go.
chance.
Thank you. He can hear me.
Yeah. I give them a chance.
And out they come. The spam through the smoke, managing to connect with Sing, and I missed myself right there.
Brandon has disconnected.
Has DC'd.
Has been dogged.
Newt, good for yet another with that Marshall in hand. We have a bunch of Marshall demons on our team, and
But
I do believe we will need to go to a quick tech break as Brandon's PC has completely crashed.
a rather unfortunate turn of events.
So we will just have to sit here and stare at our beautiful faces here for a second as we get Brandon back into the lobby. Did that hit him before or after he died? I think it happened as he was dying. Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh, Brandon has reconnected. Are we good? He's good. Match timer has been unpaused. We are now back. We are live.
Love to see it.
I mean, a tragic turn of events right there, but like I said in the previous round, I mean, I think we still took three rifles from him, and
Yeah.
even still, even with a crash, ONU still looking rather dominant on this map, and Siena Heights electing to return back to the A site where they will be facing the raid boss yet again.
Some low client FPS.
Out comes Smooth, but he does get picked off by Newt. I missed myself. Managing to
I
catch
missed
the spam
myself.
on a dirt top.
Spamming through,
and
getting
a
two.
clean spray transfer on a Condor,
I
and
mean-
he's playing his game now. We're back to playing some DDR.
I mean, dirt bottom once again. Just an early pick for ONU.
And Sing absolutely posted up on top of
He's
Shed.
grooving.
Electing to blast back away, and Panini's
Panini's
just
lost.
looking for some way to win.
Yeah, I mean,
Out comes the Trailblazer.
he's trying to bring
Dog
his
electing
team
to go through
this.
TP. Decides to fall off. Asia Ken throwing the molly to try and catch Newt. He fires it a little too far, though. Not quite connecting with his target.
Gonna get the ult orb, though. Gotta give him that.
Up comes the wall to try and get Panini the
Panini
cross.
getting his.
Gets whittled down to 17 HP. He's just going to lick the Viper wall a little bit for good luck.
Listen,
And
I've heard
Brandon
it's in line.
has a great timing right here. They are about to
30
walk
seconds
right
left.
into him.
they do not know.
He does not get cleared. The spray is not very clean,
And
but
Brandon gets
the
his
kills
two.
still go his way.
Easy.
And I mean, he went from the crash. Clearly, he's a little shaken. We can see it from his aim.
Yeah.
But he's still good for 2 in the round right there.
I'm saving.
And Smooth is saving.
He's saving. He is saving. We have heard it here first.
And I mean, not like he has a lot of options,
I mean,
but he
yeah.
has elected to save. And I have to commend Smooth. He does have IMO, one of the best knives in the game.
You know,
Reaver Karambit just.
but then he
clean.
whips out that sheriff.
Yeah,
so,
but then we're whipping out Prism, and I just got a question.
you know,
What's the skin allocation? You know.
You know,
And Condor
Where-
posts
where-
it up
what's the
on
skill
the other side of this
allocation,
wall,
really?
swings out, brought down to 1 HP. Now the shot's just not quite going his way. Singh getting an early pick in the round.
Condor kind of caught in a rough situation for him there.
These
Can't
trips
find
on
where
the
he needs
B
to go.
site are a little tragic here. Brandon getting another pick on the smooth. Asia Ken leaping into the site fearlessly.
He's
And by
third-
fearlessly, I mean he has now decided to turn tail and run the dog.
And
Completely
they are
clotheslining
getting
him, and
just
Reacher and Singh
ran
packing
down
up
by
all the players
ONU.
in here. And a flawless round
I
from
mean-
ONU. That was complete chaos in Hookah right there.
Hookah was turned into an active war zone.
I am
Getting ran down by Singh.
I
And-
really wanted to cast what was happening in there, but it was
I-
just complete chaos. Brandon crashing actually ripped the number away from production. That is unfortunate.
That is tragic.
They can't get an inch.
I mean, there's no spectating that in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
an unfortunate turn of events for production right there, but I mean, we just gotta do our best here. In comes the Trailblazer from Condor. He gets just completely old yellered by Brandon right there.
Put down.
A tragic turn of events for the Trailblazer. And Panini, that Phantom in hand, looking like he wants to take this space yet again.
There's 2 number 3s on the map.
Production's in shambles right now.
Yeah.
He's-
They're production's more lost than smooth right now.
I wouldn't say that. Smooth just taken out of the round.
I apologize, production. I didn't mean it.
What a tragic comparison.
I
Brandon,
mean,
good for another.
And
What a
Dirt
flick.
Top, along with his bottom
Oh, a
frag,
bit
is
of a
just
Rosa
lost.
right there. But the kill's going entirely the way of ONU, except for an unfortunate frag onto Brandon.
Yeah, unlucky, but time and time again, we do see Rough and Dirt Bottom just a little caught out.
And Panini, hungry yet again, calling the third timeout we have
Yeah,
seen in this set.
I mean,
There's 2 1s on the map, so.
yeah, production is
Production's
wreck.
in shambles right
Yeah,
now.
they
I mean,
are.
The crash from Brandon has absolutely thrown us.
Yeah, like actually, I don't know who to. I'm clicking the wrong person. Like,
I mean, you just got to do your best, man. Like, yeah.
Unlucky.
I think the best way to help production is to just send us some primers, honestly. It's completely free with
Amen.
Amazon Prime. If you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account, you can subscribe completely free for an ad-free viewing experience. And who wants ads?
Who does?
I don't
And
want ads.
Did you know if you're already paying for Amazon Prime, you're actually basically losing money by not giving your Prime sub?
By not using
So
it,
what are you doing?
you're suffering
Drop
through
a
ads
Twitch
when
Prime.
you just don't need to. Drop a Twitch Prime, support the program, and if you don't want to do that, feel free to drop a follow and make sure to turn notifications on so you don't miss any of our streams. But we will be right back to the game right about now.
Ow.
That was beautiful.
That was pretty clean.
That was a beautiful ad read.
Listen. That's why we're the dynamic duo in the booth.
I mean, that's why they got to keep us on separate teams. We synergize too well. It would just be over for the competition. They get us on the same team. And Siena Heights leaning towards the B side here. And we're seeing our 2 players here, the Viper and the Cypher. And Reisher locking it down. Brandon good for the first in the round. He does whittle down Panini to very low HP.
Makes up a
Panini
share.
upgrading himself to a Sheriff. Brandon, Recon Phantom in hand. Gotta love the skin choice. Smooth. Nuking that box.
Oh,
and
he got his.
taking Brandon out of the game, living up to his name just for a kill.
Yeah,
But-
just one.
Will we see more from him?
I
For
doubt
his
it.
sake, I hope so. But in comes Siena Heights.
I know
And
exactly.
Singh is
Singh
already the
just on
entire
the
way
flank.
up B long. I don't know when he got here. I don't know how he got here. But
gets
he's
2.
here. And
he
he's
gets his
good for
3.
3 in the round.
Done.
When did Singh get there? Who knows? But
don't
he's
know.
good for 3.
And, you know,
And-
Dirt Bottom.
My question
Just
from
cut-
Panini is we're calling the timeout and using no util on the flank.
Yeah, I mean, very questionable calls coming out from Siena Heights.
No
here.
trips, no cam, no flank watch at all, and Sing just walking up, and he's good for 3.
Yeah.
There.
And it's looking like we're going for a bit of a cheeky boost onto the box. We love to see it. Sing is all the way up. And still 2 blast packs to his name.
I believe. Big
And
plays
in comes the
coming out here.
Trailblazer. It will spot out these players. And Smooth,
I mean,
just,
rough.
I don't know. I think Smooth might be playing a different game. But
He's an Overwatch player for sure.
in comes the Trailblazer. The ground's a little spicy, so he stalls out a little bit.
You know, I'll say it. Smooth and Dirt Bottom kind of synergize to the bottom of the leaderboard like we do in the booth.
I couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. Up comes the Viper wall. Yet again, the shot's just barely missing for Sing, but unfortunately, Newt will not be missing them.
He will not.
And
Dirt,
Sing,
I mean, when you're up against
he
Dirt
wants
Bottom,
more.
what are you
We're
gonna do?
repositioning here. We're taking the high ground on top of Shed. He wants this round. He wants this round done and dusted.
Yeah, I mean, cool 6-1.
And
right
the
now.
high-low setup. The flash comes in. Sing
A little.
managing
He
to
almost gets his.
managing to almost take out his in the process. The flood through TP, and in comes the orbital strike, forcing them out
And
into the
wow.
arms, the awaiting arms of Reacher.
Cage triggered.
And
Yeah, I mean,
I will
what
say,
are you gonna say?
ONU's looking absolutely clinical this game.
Yeah, I mean, we were just warming up on Logos there.
I mean, like,
That goes there.
depending on how you play this map, it can be a little defender-sided, especially when you're running
This is a nice
Reacher. We missed both of those.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Unfortunate.
Hang on. We'll run it back, run it
On,
back.
on.
Here.
There we go.
There we go. Attaboy.
We're live now.
That goes there.
But, I mean, you could consider this map slightly defender-sided, especially when you're running a double controller comp. It's really hard to take some of the space, but 7-1 is not the scoreline you want to see.
No,
if you're
not at
Siena
all.
Heights.
And, you know, you really have to...
Smooth, we're doing a little dance, that DDR Phantom in hand. Cute little snowflake on it.
Really just have to wonder, what's going through the Siena Heights comms right now?
And
What's going wrong there?
Smooth versus Sing, a 1v1 we all know and love. Sing
Sees Sing.
looking
Doesn't
like he
quite
wants to
hit
go
a
for
shot.
a tactical reposition here. In comes the flash.
Ooh.
It will connect.
Sing.
In comes the paint
It's a
shells
little-
to try and
little
stutter this
subtle.
team. I missed myself. Good for 1. New good
And
for the second. I missed myself.
I mean-
Ready for 3.
Down A.
And yet again, the
Sing.
numbers
Get
going
enough.
the way of ONU. This A space has just been completely unreachable from them. I missed myself. He is hungry for these kills.
He wants it.
He wants it, and I think
I think-
he's got a soul read that Panini's here. He could feel it,
In his bones.
30 seconds left.
and Panini just hanging out, I
And
suppose.
Dirt Bottom coming up. Maybe double swing this. Oh, and shows himself.
remaining.
And, yep.
And a flawless round for ONU.
What else would we expect here?
I mean, they had to push through Normandy just to get on the A side
Yeah.
every time, and B side is just about as untakeable.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even when they're taking the B space, like, there's so much util being used in here that, like, by the time they get in, the rotations already come in, and the retakes, like, they haven't even taken the site, and the retakes are already happening.
Yeah.
Like, Sing's already all the way up B long somehow. And it's just a tragic turn of events for Siena Heights here as they get forced onto yet another eco.
Very, very tragic turn of events.
The flash coming into showers, and
And no one is there, buddy. Hate to break it to you.
it will connect with no one. 4 players
Thrown
in the
up
shower
more.
here.
And Newt just...
Good for 2 right there.
I
Make
mean,
that
get
3, 2
3.
with the molly.
I mean, Rough and Dirt Bottom just falling to that molly? What are they doing? What is going through
I mean,
their heads
the
right
molly's
now?
really tricky to play around, honestly. Like, just,
You know-
it's so tantalizing the way it calls to you.
And Newt
Newt
gets
good
his
for an
ace!
in the round. 2 of them with the molly.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's my controller player right there.
you know, really showing Dirt Bottom how you play Brim here.
I'm at a complete loss for words.
It is.
It's a tragic turn of events when we're getting 2 picks with the molly.
Yeah, I mean, Siena Heights has to have just given up right now. It is. They have to be just in shambles.
I mean, the molly is just so tantalizing. How
You
could
know-
you not just, like, How could you not just lay in it?
You know, that's a great question. You know, it might be a little chilly out there. You know, nice and warm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just the vibe. Sing is all the way up, man.
And no one is there for his show
And
stop.
he was just b-hopping with that rocket in hand, and there goes
Yep.
Dirt Top.
Spike
I mean,
down,
Dirt
attacker
Bottom.
spawn.
Apologies, Dirt Bottom. And he's
Ooh,
not the shot's not
Condor.
quite connecting. Condor showing us that
I've got your
he's
trail.
still
Yeah.
mechanically
One enemy
gifted.
remaining.
But I missed
Ruff
myself in
gonna fall
Newt.
as well.
They're
You
good
know,
for theirs. Out comes the Seekers just to try and give Condor some info.
I gotta say, we said it at the beginning. A very questionable call putting Mr. Ruff onto the
Because
duelist.
Condor has been clinical in these rounds.
Condor,
And-
Asian Ken, Panini, really the only hope in this
Last
team.
round before the switch.
The
fighting
Three
a
Musketeers, if you
3v5.
will. And we are at a 10-1, potentially an 11-1 scoreline here.
That is kind of nasty. Can we get a scoreboard check real quick? I mean, Dirt Bottom on a 0-11.
I've got an order for Owen.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think we might have the name wrong because it might be Dirt Top. Like, this guy has just been absolutely making no impact around the map, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
A 10-1 scoreline. Siena Heights trying to make it into a 10-2. The lineup to block off the U-Haul space. And it's looking like they are electing for a B hit. Reacher in chat begging for the B fight.
he
here.
wants attention.
I mean, Reacher, they just have not been pushing his site. And I think he's feeling a little
Out of
lonely, a
target.
little left out. They've been feeding Sing all these 1v1s.
They
And
have.
so in comes the mollies.
And you know, Reacher does get
Asia,
hit with.
Asia Ken not quite getting connected into that trip. I missed myself. Good for one. Dirt Top
Dirt Bottom, get in his first
getting
kick
his
of the
first.
map.
This is exciting. I mean, in comes
Love
I
to
missed
see it.
myself.
Love to see it.
The damage being done onto Asia Ken, and in comes the orbital strike just to delay this push even further.
Sing coming up here.
What a
position
immaculate position here from
Man.
Sing. He can see this elbow walk up if they choose to go,
Man.
and we're ripping the Viper's pit and leaving.
Fair enough.
30 seconds left.
I mean,
Ooh.
the lurk from Dirt Top gets him a pick on the Sing, and that is a big pick. That's what they want here.
Spike planted.
You know, Dirt Top.
Will Siena Heights be able to turn the tide and turn this into a 10-2?
You know, they've lost these before.
I
They've lost better
And
odds
they
before.
do have Newt, the man who aced with 2 molly kills, and two of them are and very low HP. Out comes the poison orb, the tap onto the bomb, in comes the orbital strike to delay even further, but now it just comes down to a fight, and in comes another smoke. Newt begins to stick.
Last player standing.
Run and good for 1. Unfortunately, he's got 2 more here. I think he just goes for scoreline. The tap. In the running
Ooh,
gun,
he
the shot
almost
just
finds
barely not taking out Panini right there. And we're at a 10-2.
Switching sides.
You know,
And
not a
you know
bad
what? The haters
scoreline
say
for
that
Owen.
the haters said that this would never happen.
I only
You
have
know?
like 78 grenades.
you know, really anyone's game right now.
I mean, like I said, it could be a bit of a defender-sided map.
Panini has disconnected. He has given up on this team.
And a tragic turn of events for production, as we will have to call yet another tech pause, as Panini has disconnected from the game.
And Prod is once again in shambles.
Prod is in shambles, and
They,
can I just say, can we get a Twitch Prime subscription for
you
production?
know,
Like,
I think Prod could really
Prod,
use it.
Prod
right
could
now.
use it. Like, it's you guys can't see it. He's off cam. He's not having a great time right
No,
now.
he is crying.
He is crying. And
Fetal
you know,
position in the corner.
do you guys
I
know why
mean,
he's crying? Because of the lack of Prime subscriptions. Panini
true.
finally making his way back to the match, thankfully. I hope he had a safe trip, you know? And we're glad that the young IGL for Siena Heights is back. You
Oh
know?
yeah,
And
gotta see if he
and
can't bring
we
this
love
home.
to see the attacker vlog over here from ONU. Everyone hanging out by the Cypher cam.
You know,
And
just gotta have a good time with the boys, you know.
And we're finally back. The clock, once again, ticking down. And ONU looking like they want to hit this A space.
Love to see it.
And here we go. The round will get rolling. 2 of the defenders leaning towards the shower space. The dog ducking just under the wire. The team will get caught in it. The wire will fall smooth,
And
getting a
Ruff
pick on the
gets
Reacher.
his.
And Singh is still completely fearless on this map.
I mean,
he
just takes his space.
He has found his way the entire way up through U-Haul. And this is terrifying. Rondon getting the pick on the Smooth. Smooth getting taken out of the equation. And this is still terrifying. He's still there. The boogeyman of U-Haul is just in there still. And Condor running it down. Dirt bottom getting taken out. Condor good for yet another. I might need justice for Condor, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, what is he to do with
Last
this?
player standing.
Ooh,
And the boom bot
Singh
from
gets his! A post-mortem, a martyrdom of sorts.
That was absolutely clinical, and I will say this is a bit of a winnable position from Rondon here if he can catch Condor early.
You know, you see Condor on 1 HP.
Rondon getting brought
also
down to the same. The Molly locking him into that left side.
Ooh,
And Condor
doesn't quite get the pick.
has the confidence that we love to see, honestly.
Swing or be swung, I guess.
Because Condor, he's making a statement. His team may be down, but they are not out. Not if Condor has anything to say about it.
Yeah, you know, really the backbone of the team right now. Trying to pull something.
And I mean, losing Smooth early there is a bit tragic for them, but Condor cleaning up 3 in the round is what you want to see.
I don't know how tragic it was. Smooth is duelist 5 and 13. So,
and I mean, Condor getting 3 in the round, he did go from, you know, third. A bit of a huddle here.
yeah, you know, gotta get your comms straight, the plan in order.
Condor grabbing orb and hightailing it back to site now. And a silent lurk up long here. And they have no util to try and spot out these players unless they're going to commit a Trailblazer or a flash from the sky. And in comes ONU. The corner's not being cleared. Condor, good for the first. The players electing to fall off. The bomb will get planted for ONU, but they need to start taking some of these guns away during this eco.
Really do.
Out comes the dogs. The Trailblazer not quite connecting with I Miss Myself, but the stun will come through. And it's a 5v4 retake here. I Miss Myself holding close on this angle. The trip has gone down. I Miss Myself with a lot left to watch. The Molly coming through. Gonna whittle him down. Reacher and Nuke good for 1 each. Nuke good for a second.
And suddenly it's a 3v2.
And he's got a gun now.
player
Nude is upgraded. The rundown onto Condor, but Condor is ice cold in these scenarios, but
he is
the damage has been
his
done.
best to keep this team in it.
The damage has been done, though. I mean, a very close round for ONU, bringing Panini down to 26 and Condor down to 50.
Yeah.
So even in a round where they're winning, it is still tragic for them because Condor and Panini are the only ones with guns. Panini also not doing that hot this game, running a 4-11 scoreline here.
You know, he's in it for the util.
I mean, he's the IGL. He's got a lot to do. You know, you're commanding the team. Gotta keep comms high, morale high. He's got a lot on his plate.
Yes, this should.
I am still questioning the decision though to take Condor off the duelist, and
I am too.
That
I
trip
think that was a bad
immediately
call.
getting broken is insane.
Yeah.
That trip got frame 1. So
Very unfortunate turn of events.
a tragic scenario. The cam will be spotting out some of the attackers here. Has not been broken yet though. And I Miss Myself booting up his game once again. Dirt bottom just locking down this U-Haul space.
You know,
and
he's gotten his
ONU electing to kind of pump the brakes here.
Yeah, you know.
I think
Play
Reacher has lurked the entire way up B. And it's looking like he's trying to just silently like get some space here. Maybe
they don't know.
Maybe catch a rotation. And
I think
he might be able to catch the goat Condor.
You know,
he will find Asia Ken. The Molly just not quite connecting.
Cage triggered.
the cam to get popped, or the cage to get popped. Brandon
And
taking out
Brandon taking
Condor.
Condor.
That's a big pick for
Who is
ONU
left
right there.
to save Siena Heights right
And
now.
Reisher, good
And
for 2 in
Reisher.
CT.
I mean,
And if ONU can lock this down, they can deny the upgrade too. And the nade in the hands of Singh, the paint shell's coming in,
And-
bouncing off.
ooh,
Bouncing off of
One
Smooth right
enemy
there,
remaining.
just barely
And it
keeping him
comes
alive by the
down.
by the luck of the in-game physics right there.
And it comes down
And
to
Smooth.
Ruff on 19 HP.
19
to try and
HP,
bring
falling back to the
something out.
smoke. In comes,
Gets
in comes
his,
Singh.
but he falls. 11-4, ONU, 2 rounds left. Maybe pick up a little momentum here and just carry us through to the end.
I mean, we'll have to see. But 11-4, it is, you have a tall task in front of you if you are Siena Heights.
Yeah, I mean, it is really a rough situation they found themselves in. And you have to wonder, is this in part due to the switch up in comms? You know,
I mean,
Or-
the mirror match is in full effect, but we're seeing how the teams play it differently. Leaning
Yeah.
the sky towards B instead of A just buys you much less space than you think. I mean, you
And
slowed down the
Ruff
A
followed
push,
Nuke
but
early.
Nuke getting an early pick onto Ruff and a tragic turn of events.
Yeah, you know, I do gotta wonder, like, what was the thought process putting Ruff onto the duelist?
I mean, we're seeing a bit of a change of pace here from I'll call him Dirt Top for that one. He got the pick onto Singh, and that's commendable from him. You know.
You know,
And that's the only nice thing I could say about Mr. Dirt.
yeah, he has been in the dirt most of this game. I will not lie. He's gonna try and come out on top, but in his heart he is a bottom. So we will see.
But we will have to see. And it's looking like ONU's leading towards this B space. The Trailblazer from I Missed Myself just to clear out the space. Trailblazer will get taken out in the process, though. And in comes the orbital strike. The space not quite being taken. ONU speeding up this take. Out comes the flash. The guiding light. Guiding the
And
team in. Condor to
Condor
fall early.
falling.
Asia Ken. Good for
Dirt
his,
Top
though.
got his.
In comes the Cypher ult. The util being used. Panini good for one.
It's a 1v1 here.
Cage
And I Missed Myself needs to get the bomb down here. 4 seconds left on the clock. He needs to push right now. 1 second left. The spam coming through.
Oh!
The kill just barely not going his way.
And that's tragic.
I gotta say, for I Missed Myself, I think you just have to commit for the plant right there.
I do too. You got to commit to something.
Like you
Run
either
it
need to run
down.
into that cage or you need to
Yeah.
plant the bomb. We were 2 in the middle right there, a little indecision, bringing us to an 11-5.
Yeah. Kind of losing some of that momentum we were hoping to gain there from that previous round when.
that goes there.
And I mean, we're seeing a return to form at least from some of these players.
Yeah.
Like Asia Ken starting to look like how we saw him on the Omen last game, and Panini showing that he's a little bit more than just IGL. You know,
Yeah.
he's here to play too. He's got a lot on his plate, but he's still holding it down. And Condor getting
almost
whittled down
getting-
early. Reisher dodging the flash, but not quite flicking in time to catch Condor on his rotation back to site. Newt with the shorty in hand.
I believe in the shorty gameplay here.
If we see a shorty kill from Newt, I want to see some primers in chat.
I do too.
And even if we don't, we could still see some primers.
We could still see some primers.
And we're seeing ONU leaning yet again towards this B site. We have kind of clocked that it is a bit weaker for them to hold. I Missed Myself getting ready for the execute here. The flash going high, not quite connecting with his mark. Brandon getting the pick on the Asia Ken.
Ooh, almost getting the shorty.
The shorty kill was almost in the works right there.
It was so close.
And Brandon getting the bomb down for ONU. The spam being taken here.
And running out.
Her top just fearlessly jump peeking into the sides of Singh.
I really
And
don't know
Panini
what Dirt
walking
Bottom's
through his cage here. Oh, the cam spotting him immediately is tragic. Brandon good for 4 in the round, bringing us to match point for ONU.
clean. Easy.
Match point.
Breezy.
The synergy right there that we're seeing between Brandon and Reisher was clinical. I mean, the cage the cage from Reisher, like, Panini was completely trapped. His position was being revealed, and it was curtains for him right there.
And
Whether Brandon gets him or
goes there.
if Reisher gets him, one of them
goes here.
is going to close out that round for ONU, and it's just curtains for him.
oh yeah, you really see like the score lines between players. It really shows a difference in the quality of ONU. You know, you see dirt
difference in
bottom,
the synergy level,
quadruple negative.
These players are playing tight. They're playing off each other. They're quick with the refrags. They're playing off each other's util. Like, Sing knows after Kim gets immediately broken that there's a player in there.
Yeah.
We are immediately aware of Asia Ken's location, and out comes the Viper's Pit.
Yeah.
And the immediate rotation. We're seeing the game sense from ONU, and it's just a bit of a differential between these two teams. The spam from Dirt Top just trying his best to keep them in this game. Panini is ready, though, to actually hit the shot. Reisher, I think, accidentally going through the TP right
all
into the arms of
planned.
Asia Ken. Sing
Sing
the
gets
spam
his
down right
run
there.
and follows to that shows.
Last player standing.
And the walk
Spike
out from
planted.
Dirt Top right there. The cam location
They know where he is.
really good. And Newt's still good for one. He wants to take these. He wants to take this econ away from them right here. Unfortunately, Dirt Top's position's just not quite anticipated by Newt, bringing us to a 12-6. But still, this is a dangerous spot for them to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, Siena Heights 1 round away from getting 2-0'd in this set.
Really, really tough here. Got to go 6 rounds unspoken.
I will say, though, Asia Ken, it was a commendable effort by Hookah.
It was.
After him getting paint shelled and trailblazered, he still locks down this space, ripping the Viper's Pit, and he's ready for like a blunder from Reisher, accidentally TPing back. He's ready and willing to capitalize on the opportunity.
Yeah.
A commendable effort right there. So,
For sure.
and yet again, we're seeing more of a default now for the side of ONU, taking space across the entire map.
And
2
a
players
judge.
leaning towards the shower.
I do love the
A
raised
judge from Sing is scary. Unfortunately, we take the 50-50, and Asia Ken getting an early pick on the Sing. Reisher breaking the trips, just trying to cause a little bit of confusion as to where ONU is leaning.
Me personally, I take that judge, I double blast back into sight.
Yeah.
I run that down mid.
We need to run Asia Ken down right here. And I miss myself, looking like he wants to avenge his teammate. A flash in hand. In comes the guiding light. Asia Ken getting flashed off the angle. The shot's not quite going the way of I missed myself, though. And does ONU read this, that there are 4 players on the B site?
You know, I don't think they do.
Because if we want to take this fight, we are at a severe man disadvantage here. Because that Brimstone Dirt Top is ready to rotate in at a moment's notice. A good double clear, though, from Reisher and Brandon. A fight being taken with Mr. Ruff.
Yeah.
The paint shell's coming in.
Right here.
30
And
seconds
Newt with the
left.
Marshall in hand. This might just be a save from ONU. We do not have space anywhere, and we have a lot left to do. And we have some rounds here that we can let slip away.
Yeah,
If
you
needed.
know.
Just kidding, we're going for a fast teleport play.
And gonna get
Through the TP
trying to
we
get
go,
bombed
and the
down.
site is completely empty. The
Throw
orbital
it
strike
down.
is in hand, though. And it's coming down. Brandon still managing to get the plant out just barely
1
in time.
second left. I mean, really beautiful execution.
Brandon good for
Brandon
2.
just running out, finding 2.
Brandon wants this game over and done with.
He
And
said-
dude, classic in hand, he needs to be good with this right click if he wants to win this 1v1 Condor. A little bit cleaner with the shots, though. The blast pack coming in. Reisher, the timing just barely not going his way. Condor keeping them in this game, and that was an almost unwinnable round that ONU almost brought back right there.
You know, you've really got to give credit to Condor here. He has really been the backbone of Siena Heights today. It is quite baffling. I mean,
Condor
him
has
and
not
Asia
been a
Ken.
consistent fragger, but he frags when he needs to.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely turns up. If you get this guy on Arena, he might be unstoppable.
But I mean, just look at the stat line between ONU and Siena Heights. Our bottom frag is basically their top frags right now. It really does speak a bit to the quality.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely showing that, like, a lot of Siena Heights rounds are coming from a bit more of a bit more hero plays than
Yeah.
much else. ONU being forced down onto an eco here, but we've seen ONU do some crazy stuff on these eco rounds.
We have.
And Sing has the showstopper online.
Spike
Condor
down,
getting an
B.
early pick onto Newt. I mean, this guy has just been completely. He is the raid boss of Siena Heights at this point.
Grenade!
If we would like to close out this game, there are two main components that we need to shut down if we want to see the end of the game here, and that is
Seek them out.
Condor
Yeah,
and
and
Asia
Asia
Ken.
You know,
And maybe Panini. Panini's also been good for these clutches at times.
a little more inconsistent than the other two, but you
Bird
know,
getting thrown into the mouth of Sing right there. Smooth, good for 2 in the round. Brandon good for his first and
good
his
for a
second.
second.
And
Makes
the
it
numbers getting kind of
2v3.
equalized here. The orb coming out, the TP coming through. They need to be ready for Dirt Top though, who's going to be camping out. And they might be,
But
with
they
the,
know.
with the
They're-
Seeker online, they know
might
that there's a
just know
player
where
close.
he- they
In
know
comes
where
the
he is.
Molly. Dirt Top
30
trapped
seconds
in this
left.
corner now. The fight
And
to be
gonna
taken,
fall.
but Brandon good for 3.
Is Molly not quite deep enough to do much?
They need to be ready though for this Heaven player.
Oh,
And the shots,
Brandon is ready.
but it is two great players here that we have to contend with.
Brandon getting
10
shot in the
seconds
back
left.
a little bit.
Last player
Panini
standing.
dropping from Heaven.
Oh,
What a read from Panini right
yeah.
there.
I mean,
Reading
Fair.
the lurk. Maybe I think the barrel of Brandon might have been sticking through the wall just a little bit.
just barely. Very unfortunate. ONU been dropping a few rounds on our attack. Might need to switch
mean,
something up a little bit.
If you want to start slipping rounds, now's the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, when you're
the
up
team's
12,
on an eco, and we're still bringing it to a 2v2.
Yeah, I mean, we've been showing just our quality in these unfavorable circumstances, but just not quite getting those finishing touches that we.
I mean, like I said, like attacking on this map, especially into a double controller comp, is a tall task.
Yeah.
But ONU
I
bringing
miss
this
myself
round to a
getting
10
Condor.
to 2.
Where is
An early pick on a Condor
An
here
early
could
pick
be
on
the
a
game
Condor.
decider.
This could be what causes the game to slip.
And I mean, that Cypher ult coming out.
And the
Knowing where
TP
they
coming
are.
through. Dirt Top getting completely forced off and
And
getting
Sing.
taken out in the process. Sing is all the way through Heaven. And
This might be.
this could be the game. Reisher and Sing have aggroed their way entirely into spawn here. The flash to come through. The fight to be
Sing
taken.
getting his. It's a 2v4 for Siena Heights here.
The paint shell's coming through. Reisher just looking for a spam through that smoke. The cage coming down. In comes the cam too.
Yeah.
Reisher just saying hi to the folks at home.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
both players electing to go Heaven here. And they have a lot to clear if they want to keep themselves in this. The bomb planted for them almost in a taunting manner. The spam onto Reisher is good.
Last player standing.
I missed myself. Good for 3 in the round. Out comes the ult. A 13-8 scoreline and a 2-0 victory from ONU.
You know, really love to see that. You know, before the game started, you're telling me, oh, this team, rounds they've dropped on a map is 8. And Siena Heights is not the one to break that
And
record.
we are keeping the streak completely alive at, 13-8 both maps in a
Yeah.
2-0 fashion. And a lot of the rounds that they were winning were very, very close.
Yeah.
It was by the skin of their teeth that they're winning some of these rounds. And, I mean, we are seeing here the quality of ONU and the synergy
Yeah.
between these players. Like, again, the assists from each of these players is a lot of them are in the double digits, showing how they're playing off each other. They're flashing for each other. The util is going off for each other here. And a very even scoreline right here. But we certainly could go for a post-game interview. We
could dabble.
We could go grab one of them. So we will go to a quick break, right quick, if I could speak, and we will be right back with a post-game interview with one of our JV players.
I had to like give him some credit for that, like in the chat. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with our post-game interview with Mr. Singh, also known as Tanner Jones, in the booth with us. How are you feeling after the win, Tanner?
You know, the win felt nice, but it felt like we could have done some things better than we did. For example, our attack on bind was getting kind of rough around the edges, you know. It was a bit with, like, I'd say giving them too many first picks. Like, I'd walk up and then be in an untradeable position and then die. But, you know, we all did that a bit, so we're going to work on that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know that we know what we need to work on still. And I had to commend you guys. Your defense on bind was completely clinical. You guys were looking sharp. A 10-2 half, almost an 11-1, with Brendan almost bringing it back single-handedly.
That was one of our better defenses we put up. We've really found like the formula.
The rest of the team just pouring into the post-game interview here.
For defense.
have a
Our
seat,
3-2 on A and B
We're
seems
live
to
right now,
clamp
dog.
down clamp down the enemy combatants.
We're working. But what was your guys' mentality going into defense on bind? What were you guys thinking? Like, what was the general strategy? You guys don't have to reveal too much of your hand here, so because we still got a couple more weeks here. So if you guys have some secret bind tech, we'll keep it under wraps. But what was your guys' mentality going into map 2 here?
You know, we were experimenting with a lot of different defenses on bind. A lot of stuff didn't work. A lot of stuff did work. And then, you know, Brendan, being our IGL, he's just like, all right, we're doing this. And it ended up working out. So that was really nice for us.
We were talking about that here in the booth, actually. I don't know how much you guys clocked this, but there was a level of synergy we were seeing from ONU that we were not seeing from our opponents today. You guys were playing tight, playing close. What were the comms like, you know?
I feel like I was trying to coordinate a lot of our of fighting. Like as you were watching, we did a lot of pushing up we kind of did half of that, like pushing up on defense, like A short. We were able to take that space.
So a good chunk of the mid rounding.
Yeah, mid rounding. We need to work on that a bit. We get a bit quiet, it seems, but you know we're all like kind of locked in, like trying to just put up the numbers.
Glad to hear it. And like we were talking about just before we came back from break, we had to talk about the Rays ult being intercepted by Panini. I mean, what was going through on your end? Because we were popping off in the booth here.
So basically, I'll give you the step-by-step, all right? So I'm in the smoke, all right? I blast pack above the smoke to clear the main. Nobody's there. Door popped. I'm like, all right, they gotta all be in tree. I walk over to tree. The smoke drops. I see a Cypher right in my face and 4 enemies right behind him. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to get this 5K. And then bro just crushed my hopes and dreams. But I had to commend him for saving his entire team. I've never seen that in my life.
We did the exact same thing. That guy is an absolute hero. Protecting his team like that, he jumped on the sword right there. Unfortunately, it was not enough for his team to kind of swing their way back into the round. But
they could have been dead a lot earlier than later. So I'll commend him for that.
I gotta give Panini props for that one. But I think we are just about out of questions. Do you have anyone you want to shout out?
I'd like to shout out Trent for giving me that flash through the smoke in heaven. I could have capitalized on that a bit more, but we're going to work on using our util better together. So that'll be something to look forward to next game. Thank you.
And I think that's just about all we have for you guys for today's broadcast. I mean, probably the hypest broadcast I've been a part of recently because I had my Goat Balder in here with me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week for another round of ECAC.